to a food-tainment in the building. And I'm glad that I am in the building because y'all hear what that rain doing outside, right?
My little mobile kitchen is getting a beat down right now.
Let's go, chef.
If you know the song, sing along. Hit it.
It's the Carolina liners. Rock and roll to the roll. Said I'm cooking in the kitchen and just don't stop. Rock and roll to the roll.
Down south, there's several methods of getting your food. One is to throw a line in the water, catch something out of the water. Another is eating from the land, such as fields, gardens. And another is to get out there, point at what you want, and select it. And another one, which is the simple method, is to buy groceries.
Y'all see that light right there, man? I'm gonna show y'all some Hollywood stuff. That's how you get rid of the glare. Yeah, that's a Hollywood trick right there. When the light is too bright, y'all just throw something on it, man.
Hollywood, more like the woods.
Oh. Anyway, y'all. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Chef Anthony Albritton here. The Carolina cook. Cooking, tasting, and eating the Carolinas. Y'all, I don't know where this dish came from that I'm making tonight. All right. I don't know if it's something my mom made before or what. I don't know where it came from. All I know is that I made it a few times over the years. I don't know where it came from. All I know is it's good, and I'm going to share the recipe with y'all, and y'all can try it and let me know what y'all think. So in this episode, y'all, I'll be cooking up some
Chicken noodle soup stewed chicken with roasted chicken rice and steamed asparagus. Southern playalistic soul food. Once you get on it, you can't get off it.
So come with me, take a trip inside of my mind, and see how I did it. Let's go, chef. Let's go, chef.
Okay, I'm going to start by steaming some asparagus. I'm going to put some butter on it, season it with some salt and pepper, steam it for about 10 minutes. All right, so the next time y'all see it is when I'm serving it up at the end of the video.
Now, let's get to this barnyard pimp right here. Gonna put some oil on it. That oil is so that the seasoning can stick to there, adhere to that, and it doesn't stick to the pan when I sear it. Okay. And we'll get into why I'm searing this chicken first in a minute.
If you're wondering why you're hearing drums right now, these are drumsticks, you know. All right, I'm going to season the chicken really generously with some soul food seasoning. Then I'm going to season it real generously with some chicken rub seasoning. Keep in mind, use whatever seasoning you want to use. Now I'm going to hit it with about a teaspoon of sneeze powder, which is black pepper. Now I'm adding a generous amount of chicken-based seasoning. All right, I'm going to heat up some butter and some cooking oil in my pressure cooker. This pressure cooker is really going to cook this chicken fast, y'all. All right, once your oil starts to smoke a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, it's the difference. That's when you know your oil has reached the right temperature to start your searing process. So now that that's been achieved, I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken. And what I'm going to do is sear the chicken on each side for about 5 minutes or so. Around 2 minutes at the least. 2 minutes minimum. Now, let me explain why I'm searing this chicken. All right. Growing up, I hated stewed chicken. All right. My mom cooked some delicious stewed chicken, man. We'll have the onions and everything off in there, the good pot liquor and all that. Throw a little flour in there to thicken it up a little bit. And it was delicious. I just hated it because it just had this raw looking appearance to me. Even though it tastes good, I couldn't get past the texture. So that's why I'm telling y'all to sear it first, because searing will bring out a good flavor in it, and searing will bring out a good appearance, where you don't just have some stewed chicken that just looking like some raw chicken, because we eat with our eyes first. All right. So that sear is going to bring out some flavor, and it's also going to change the appearance, where the chicken not just all white looking, but it got some color to it, got some texture to it. So that's my reason, y'all. And then anytime my mom used to stew chicken, like I said, it was delicious. Some of the best stewed chicken I ever tasted from anybody. Especially if you cut some potatoes up in there too. Man, come on. But I used to be like, Mom, just fry my chicken, please. So she'd just make me a little separate batch of fried chicken whenever she cooked stewed chicken. So that appearance and that little searing makes a whole lot of difference. It's just something about that pale looking stewed chicken to me, man, that was just too close to looking raw for me. I couldn't get past the presentation of it, and I couldn't get past the texture of it, man.
Albino chicken.
It just grossed me out, man. No matter how good it was, that appearance, it was just hard to get past it.
Okay, let's go ahead and remove that chicken.
Now, see how more attractive that is? I don't like albino stewed chicken.
Now, what I'm going to do with this is add a little more oil. The goodness that chicken left behind, we're going to use that.
This is going to be a good base for my stew.
So I'm going to go ahead and drop some onions and celery in that. Onion celery mix.
And I'm just going to let that onion and celery cook down until it's nice and soft.
Let me get some good aromatics going. So I'm going to add some basil to that. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic, followed by another tablespoon of minced garlic.
I got to season my garlic with more garlic.
Saute that garlic around in there. Y'all know the story. About 30 seconds or so. About 30 seconds or so until you smell the fragrances of that garlic. You don't want to burn it. And you see how that pan is gradually deglazing? You see that? How that's deglazing? See all of that flavor getting off in that mix? And this base is already smelling good, y'all. Now, y'all, I got some condensed chicken noodle soup here. A 10-ounce can. We're just going to pour that in there. And just stir that around. Deglaze the pan a little bit.
Now I'm going to give it a taste to see if I have to add any more seasonings. The reason I season my chicken so heavy is so that I don't have to add more seasoning.
Now, I have 3 cans of this soup. That's my second can. You see how good that's looking? How that's coming together? Look at that.
Now let's take this chicken off of the bench and put it back in the game.
Now let me go get my 3rd can of soup. Now I'm going to drain the liquid off of that soup and just throw the noodles in there because I feel that I have enough liquid now. We're just going to drain this can right here. Then just pour the noodles off in there.
All right, the reason I'm using canned chicken noodle soup instead of making my own is because it's just a taste to that canned chicken noodle soup that I cannot duplicate. That just adds a nice flavor to this dish.
Now that I have it to a boil, you want to make sure this chicken is evenly dispersed throughout the pot. You don't want it stacked up on the top of each other, if you can avoid it. That way it cooks evenly. I'm just going to add the top to my pressure cooker. Lock it. Make sure that safety latch is secure. You don't want that flying through the roof. I'm going to let the pressure build up before I turn down the heat and add the gauge. That pressure starting to do what it do. I'm going to put it on about 15 pounds.
And don't worry, y'all. I'm just speeding up the process with the pressure cooker. If you don't have a pressure cooker, just boil it. It's just going to take a little longer, though.
If you want to use a good old school pressure cooker like this one, just go to my video where I'm doing the rutabagas and neck bones. and that'll get you where you need to be. Now they make pressure cookers, you know, that are a lot easier and safer to use than these old school models. See that right there? That's my pressure. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this heat down. And I'm gonna let this chicken go for 15 to 20 minutes. And that should get me where I need to be. So like I said, I'm gonna let this go for like 15 to 20 minutes. And internet time, that'll be a few seconds after editing. It's amazing how the internet make time go by so fast, right?
20 minutes later, man.
All right, y'all, it's about that time in here. It's smelling real good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and depressurize this pressure cooker. And it's thundering pretty loud out there, y'all. This weather is crazy. It has gone from summertime to springtime to wintertime to now a thunderstorm and rain within the same week. But that's South Carolina weather for y'all. If you're from South Carolina, you know how that go. But anyway, back to the lecture at hand. I'm gonna go ahead and depressurize this. It's about that time to check on it. Should be done.
You gotta run that cold water on top of the pressure cooker to depressurize it until you see that steam and hear that steam stop flowing through this top. And there you have it, y'all. Perfect results. 20 minutes was enough time to catch that chicken before it started falling off of the bones. All right, y'all, I would say that's about ready. Now I have some canned carrots here. I could have put some raw carrots in there, but nobody feel like doing all that slicing and dicing tonight. So that's my canned carrots. To keep them from disintegrating in the cooking process, I'm going to go ahead and add them at the end. And as this soup rests, since the canned carrots are already tender, I called it soup. It's not really soup. But as the chicken rests, that'll give the carrots time to cook off and absorb the flavors in the pot. And you see the way that chicken looks with that nice sear on it? It makes stewed chicken a whole lot more presentable. See what I'm saying? I could have seared them more than that, a little darker than that, but I did. All right, y'all, a good plate of Southern Playlisted soul food is now being served. Once you get on it, you can't get off it. You got some roasted chicken flavored rice, seasoned with herbs and carrots, with some fresh asparagus, and some chicken noodle soup, stewed chicken. All right, I'm still getting used to the name because I never named this dish all the times that I cooked it. I never had a name for it until this episode. All right. Now let me give it a taste.
Gotta eat your veggies. All kind of things going on. I don't know if this is chicken noodle soup, rice. It just all comes together. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, share the love, and subscribe to get me into the rhythm of the algorithm, y'all. And y'all just remember, let fame find you. The only thing that runs around in the streets seeking people, crying out to people, is wisdom. Fame seems like it runs away from you. So don't go chasing fame. Put yourself in the way of wisdom. Then that wisdom gonna bring you fame, okay? So don't chase fame. Be receptive to wisdom. Let fame find you doing what you do. That's why most people who become famous they're not even looking for the fame. So you got to get it out of your mind. Stop depressing yourself. All right? Go through what you got to go through and let it humble you. so that when the fame does come, you have the right mindset. You got to start from somewhere. Took me. I mean, I went from 0 to 200. I mean, that still ain't high, but it ain't low. You got to start from somewhere. Then you got a lot of people who look at your stuff, be like, "Oh, your views low. Oh, your subscribers low." Stuff like that, man. But you gotta start from somewhere. Everybody started from 0. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody started from nothing. And the people who didn't start from nothing, they kind of falter and kind of fail, because anything that's gained quick sometimes is lost quick. But anything you got to go through something to get, you gaining enough experience and wisdom by the time you obtain the fame, when it finds you, you know how to handle it. You know how to maneuver. You know how to move. All right? Liketh, shareth thou the love, and subscribeth unto my channel, and smiteth that notification button. Thank you.
Let's go, Chef.